You know, I was reading somewhere that people go see your movies because they believe you. They know, you know, they believe the character. Do you feel any responsibility?
Well, your responsibility, your first responsibility in anything you do in this media, in this acting and doing entertainment is, I think the act of responsibility is believability. Yeah, I feel enormous responsibility. That's my whole responsibility, that I believe what I'm doing. So I don't think if I don't, you don't, you know. Exciting, mysterious guy trying to steal this money for what reason? To retire? From what? Stealing? Probably. He has a certain kind of integrity about him. Albeit he's a thief, he's not a murderer. He's not a bad guy. He's just a thief. And I think throughout history we've kind of canonized thieves as, you know. And I'm sort of afraid. I'm afraid they'll give me one. Yeah, I don't. The Oscar is not my favorite award, you know. And the reason that it's not my favorite award, because my favorite award is an off-Broadway award called the Obie, because you don't get nominated, and they don't stand up and make poor people losers, you know, in a contest they would never end. I don't think that we can really, and it's tradition and it'll go on, you know, but more and more I'm really certain that there is absolutely no way that you and I can be in a successful venture and I be picked out as best when I'm working with and through you, you know? It just doesn't, I don't see how it can work that way. No, I do want to get nominated. I don't mind nominations. I love that, but that's the award itself. You know, that's the award, a nomination. Well, in a lot of areas, yes, I do, because it is so difficult to in today's economics to get a film made. It costs so much that the industry is almost forced to hedge its bet. You know, you're gambling so much on every film that and so the attempt to hedge is where we're sort of selling out, because it becomes formulaic. You know, that worked, that made a lot of money, do it again. You know, rather than having a little more. A little more diversity, you know. We have these, and we need to have something less, something smaller, something more. It's harder to make a small movie than it is to make the big movies. Of the small movies? Well, let's comment on Driving Miss Daisy, a movie that budgeted out at about $7.5 million. Hardest sell, one of the hardest sellers in town. You may say, come on, you know, nobody wants to go see this. You know, nobody's going to pay to see this. And you know, it couldn't have been wronger. So, you know, you don't, nobody ever knows. There's not a single soul here who can tell you what's going to and what's not going to sell. Not a soul, because that person is going to own the town. Visceral, what turns me on, you know. I don't see box office, I don't think box office, it's got nothing to do with box office. Does the story interest me, excite me? Does the character grab my attention? Go with it. Acting is, I mean, that's what you do when you read, you know. You're acting it out as you read it, you know? So that's the first rehearsal.